The other thing I was going to bring up, and is you were in a soap opera called Search for Tomorrow in 1985. You and Hulk Hogan, you were feuding at the time. The shows were such a success that I don't know if they're a success or not. I know that the soap opera closed down the next year after like 20 odd years of being on the air.
I killed it. Me and Fuji killed it.
I was hoping you'd take the blame for that. So you've never seen this. I don't know if you've ever seen this before. So we're going to play the bits that you're in. So if you'll bear with me, unfortunately, I have to...
Hold my breath.
Yep. I am now going to cut out probably the worst of this. I'm going to share screen. Well, we've got it on, and here we go. Talk all the way through this, if you like. You're in about 3 minutes, and it's you and Hulk Hogan.
Oh, there's some volume.
Wait a minute. Obviously, little lady, you have a lot more beauty than you have taste. Introducing the man here before myself, because I am much the finer individual when you took a look at class and distinction.
We'll be back in a moment, I hope, right after this.
Why don't you just relax?
I like this porn star introduction. It's like the Love Boat.
Yeah. This, As the World Turns, there was some old... I remember this when I was a kid.
Peyton Place, I heard that one. Mia Farrow was in that.
Oh, this is well before Peyton Place.
Look at that. Look at it. I just hope you keep that belt as shiny as you keep your
Hey, well,
pants.
you know something? I'm kind of glad I brought it. Maybe you want to go for it right now.
Anytime
Hulk, do you mind if I just talk to Mr. Magnificent Muraco over here alone for just a second?
alone.
How much time did you say
Okay.
this
Do
took
anything
to
we
Be
want
record?
to
right
with them.
back.
I be watching
I don't know.
Were you in for like an entire week, did you say?
Morocco, it's
It ran for an entire week. It took us about 2 hours to do all the shoots.
So what do you say?
The soap opera business is it's really compact, and they go from set to set to set, and they like this part, just a
even better than you
couple minutes, couple quick segment with myself, and then it goes to another these other segments that are running through, and these all and they cut these up and they put them into it stretches out like a week, then this other guy's fighting with his girlfriend here, and another guy's got problems with drugs there, and here this is like another segment with me and Fuji. They asked me to break up the set, break up the set, but don't bust up the TV.
I actually have to turn this down for a few seconds because they're playing the Beach Boys. I should also apologise for the audio listeners of this podcast. This has got to be the least enthralling. You must remember this being recorded.
Oh yeah, they sent the crew over to. It was after I came back from Atlanta. The 6 months I took off before my first run, before the snooker run.
Right,
I believe it was before the.
Right, so that
after
was
my run with Bobby Backlund.
So that was
and
recorded
then,
for the WWF then, and not for this soap opera.
personal here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to ask you.
So I'll explain for the audio listeners.
You have your own home in Hawaii.
Don Muraco was getting oiled down by a bevy of beauties on the beach.
And I've lived in the worst, and being around
Was that part of this
doesn't really upset me.
Yeah,
the soap opera?
yeah.
What?
This is the full episode. Yeah, so they used some old
Oh, I see.
WWF
Well, they
footage.
gave him. That was. Those were films I had from promotional tapes for WWF TV and other parts like that.
Up at the suntan in my back.
So I don't know how.
Mr.
Look at Fuji.
A better time than I do.
I see.
What's the? How come you were picked for this? Was it just because you happened to be feuding with Hogan at the time, or?
No, Piper wouldn't take the job.
Oh, really?
Familiar with that channel?
Yeah, Piper wouldn't do it. He was all into Hollywood. He was going for the Hollywood thing.
Talking about a
And
certain chant in
I think he was romancing. Piper was in the territory as well at the time. Had just come in, or not just come in, but been in there a while. And he was always very Hollywood. There we go, breaking things up.
I
He
think
was.
the host called you a beach bum, and then the crowd started chanting beach bum.
Oh
And that's
yeah,
what's
well
kicked-
that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Chairs going everywhere. The TV remains intact.
Yeah. Please don't break the TV. That's all. That's all we care about.
We got that.
Do whatever you want.
We got
the
that
guys
2
are
weeks
cool.
ago.
They had beer on tap and cold beer. See, those arms are way bigger than Hulk's.
Yeah, of course they are.
But they had beer on tap. They're all. It was like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. They're all. The guys, the stagehands and stuff were offering. They wanted to give me. They like I guess maybe they're intimidated by Hulk, but they love the heels. They were, they're explaining stuff, and sometimes we have cold beer for the guys and stuff like that here. We could pour you one then they poured me a glass. I think it was too early to drink, but it was just pretty cool. Vince was there. Vince was there watching from the sidelines, making sure nothing went haywire. And then we had to jump in our cars and drive to Poughkeepsie TV after that. Get out and escape a New York City traffic, just jam. Come from downtown Manhattan to try and make it to a freeway going across to Poughkeepsie, New York, upstate by West Point. Oh my God!
I was going to ask if the TV was so precious because superstar Billy Graham had loaned it to them.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, I got a deal for you.
That was my punchline to end the thing. Do you know what else is funny? Is that Vince McMahon was there, right? And and just after Junior, excuse me. And I just cut it off just before it happened. But as the crowd are sort of filing out, two of them you can hear say, "I bet they're really friends in real life, though." And then it just goes into the acting of the characters. Yeah. So Vince McMahon was sort of planting that for the tax man, for the commissions and stuff.
Yeah, I want to get rid of the commission. Those guys they'd show up and, just they could show up for a handout. Then you see commissions come out of they hadn't been commissioners for years. Show up for their, whatever it was, $100 or
oh, really?
whatever they got from Skoll, their payoff. But there was one guy wasn't a doctor showed up. He wasn't going to let John Studd. I think was an afternoon show in the Garden, and John was wrestling Andre. Sold out. Big Sunday afternoon show in the Garden. Some doctor from Middle East or somewhere came up and Studd was crawling around in his bad knees. Oh, I'm not going to let you wrestle. What? So he came over. I had a bunch of. He took about 4 pain pills, and the doctor made him do a squat. He did a squat. Okay, you can go. And then he and Andre went and wrestled that afternoon. He said he got on the plane, went back to Washington D.C. in the afternoon, and on the plane flight, he had to take a bag out and shoot his guts out.
Oh God. I take it the commissioner got his $100, whatever it was.
Yeah, the doctor and commissioner, yeah.
I mean, assuming he was even a doctor, apparently they just let anybody out off the street if they said they were a commissioner.
Yeah. I could have taken your blood pressure for that, that $100 or as far as anybody else would have known.